Good morning to all of you. Today we are going to discuss about symmetry operations. That means the symmetry operations in lattice or crystal systems. This is one of the important topic in solid state physics. So let's start to discuss. So on the base of the definition, the symmetry operation is that which transforms the crystal or lattice itself, or we can say invariant, or we can say after operation it will be looks alike. That is, a crystal remains invariant under a symmetry operation. Then we can say that it is called as the so-called symmetry operation. These operations are mainly four types, that is translational, rotational, reflection, inversion. So these are the operations we can found mainly principally in the crystal and lattice. After operation of these operations we can get the crystal is in invariant, or we can say the crystal or whatever the lattice initial view and after operational view are both are same. That we are going to discuss one by one in detail, and also in this video we are going to be discuss why 5 and 6 fold rotation is not permissible. That we are going to be discuss. So we are going to be discuss this symmetry operation in both 2D and 3D. So first starts with translational operation. Under this translational operation we can get similar surrounding of the point as it was initial. That means suppose we have been considered this is the initial point whose position vector is r from the origin. If we have to apply a translational operation t, which is represented by t, on this point, and it is translated to the new position here, then we can found at its initial position whatever the surrounding, in its new position same surrounding. That means the point seems or feels unchanged about its surrounding. Here suppose a person is standing here and the translational operation is 3a plus 1b is going to be applied on this person, and it is moved from this position uh, fr- from from this position to this position. Initially the surrounding was, and the final surrounding are both are same. So whatever the initial surrounding was for this person, the final surrounding is the same surrounding he can perceive. So due to translational operation we can found that there is invariant of its surrounding. So hence this operation will be called as so-called translational operation. Next we have to consider the rotational operation. As per the definition, a lattice or crystal is said to be possess the rotational symmetry if its rotation by an angle theta about an axis in 3D or a point in a 2D transforms the lattice or crystal itself. That means if we have to apply a rotation about a point in case of 2D, about an axis in case of 3D, that we are going to be discussed in detail with the example, that after applying this rotational operation, whatever the initial situation, initial view after rotation it seems to be similar or same view it will be give. That means it remains invariant by the rotation, it remains invariant. So whatever, so any object we are going to be considered, if we have to rotate that object by 2 pi, it will be invariant its geometry. Hence the angle 2 pi must be integral multiply of theta, whatever the theta angle is going to be rotated for an object. So here n theta will be equal to pi and theta will be equal to 2 pi by n, where n is the integral values. The possible values of n which are compatible with requirement of this translation symmetry are 1, 2, 3, 4 and 6, where 5 and more than 6 not be possible. That we are going to be also discuss in this video. So with example we are going to be understand the rotational operation as, suppose this is an object, or we can say this is a square. This angle is 90 degree, this angle is 90 degree, and this point is so called point of rotation. If this object is going to be rotate in anticlockwise by 90 degree, then initial and final situation geometry is alike, is looks like invariant after 90 degree rotation. Then another 90 degree if I am going to rotate, also it will looks like invariant. Like another 90 degree also it will looks like invariant. Then after another 90 degree means fourth 90 degree rotation, it will be comes to its original position. So here each 90 degree whenever we are rotating the square, it looks like invariant. That means we can say n is equal to 2 pi by theta. Here theta is 90 degree, that means it will be equal to 4, n equal to 4. So we can say 4-fold rotation. That means after 4 times rotation we can get the original position of this square. However, but at the each time rotation we can get the symmetrical view, so that it will be called as n equal to 4-fold rotation. Likewise, if we are going to consider a rectangle, for that we have to rotate 180 degree to get the symmetrical view or initial view. If we have to rotate 180 degree, then we are going to get the symmetrical or original view, or looks like invariant. So if I am going to divide 180, 2 pi by 180 or 360 by 180 will be equal to n equal to 2, or we can say 2-fold rotation. Means first 180 degree will be give the symmetry, after another 180 degree also give the symmetry, but by rotating 2 times 180 180 we are going to get the initial position. So only for that we can say that it is a 2-fold rotation. 2-fold rotation. Likewise, if we are going to consider one a equilateral triangle, then after rotating 120 degree about this point of rotation we can get the initial view or invariant view. That means whatever the initial view we are observing now, if I will rotate 120 degree, then also we can get similar view or invariant view. Likewise, if we are going to be divide 120 here 360 by 120, then we can found 3, n equal to 3. That means after 3 times rotation this equilateral triangle will be come to its original or initial position, but each time rotation it can be give the symmetric view. So only for that we can say n equal to 3 means threefold rotation. For this object, if we can rotate this object 360 degree, then we can get the same view. So 2 pi by 360 will be equal to 1. So for this object, this is one full rotation. Symmetry is possible. For this hexagonal case, having the sides are equal sides, hexagonal, this angle is 60 degree, each angle is 60 degree. So if we can rotate 60 degree about its point of rotation, we can get the symmetric view or invariant view. That means each 60 degree rotation we can get the invariant or symmetric view. Hence n equal to 2 pi by 60 will be equal to 6. That means this object has 6-fold rotation symmetry. Next we have to discuss about reflection operation. So a lattice or crystal is said to possess the reflection symmetry if there exists a plane in 3D or a line in 2D. Lattice or crystal which divides it into two identical half-fills which are mirrors image with each other, such a plane or line is represents as M. That means if any objects we have, suppose this is S or this is O is this one, we have to draw a line over this O. That line will be divide equal half-fills of this O. Means here if I am going to draw a line, then this line will be divide this O equally half-fills. Then this line will be called as M or represented by M, symbolically represented by M. With some example we are going to discuss that. Suppose this is the square. If we have to draw a line which will be passed through the point of rotation, then this line divides this object or square with two half-fills. Both half-fills are identical, equal, or we can say mirror image with each other. This line divides this square with equal half-fills or mirror imagically half-fills, so that this line will be called as one mirror line, or we can say the mirror, which is represented by M. If another line which will be perpendicular to the initial one will be considered, that is this line which is perpendicular to the initial, and that line, the second line, if also divides the object with identical half-fills or the mirror imagically half-fills, then also this line will be represented by M. And we can also say, finally we can say that for this object have two mirrors lines are possible, that is M and M. So for this object if we can write M and M, that means this object have one line which can divides the object two half-fills, and another line which will be perpendicular to the initial also can be divide the object with two half-fills, two identical half-fills. Only for that it is represented by MM. Likewise, if we are going to consider the rectangle, also same things we can get. This line or the mirror can be divided with two half-fills, and the another line or mirror perpendicular to the initial also can divide the image with two half-fills or with two mirror image. Only for that, for this object also MM possibility is there, means two reflection or reflected planes are possible, not planes, actually lines are possible. Now we have to consider the equilateral triangle. For the equilateral triangle, we can see that only this line, only this line is possible to divide this equilateral triangle with two halves. But however, the another line which is perpendicular to the initial could not be divide the whole triangle with equal halves. So for this equilateral triangle, only one M is possible. For this object, we can say this line can divide the whole object with equal halves, but another line which is perpendicular to the initial could not be. So only one M is possible. For this, one line can be divide this image with equal halves. Another line which is perpendicular with the initial one also can divide with equal halves, means the two sides are mirror image with each other. So only for that M and M possible for this object. So these lines are called as the so-called mirror lines, or we can say that these are reflection operation through the line on the object. Okay, so we can say mm is present for this, means two reflection operations can be possible for this object, which can give the symmetrical view of the two halves of this object. So next we have to consider the combination of rotation and reflection operation. So first we discussed about rotation, then we discussed about reflection. For this square, we found that fourfold rotation is possible for this object and two mirror lines are possible. So if I am going to combinedly write whatever the symmetric operation can be possible for this object, that will be 4 mm. That means one fourfold operation, rotational operation is possible, two mirror lines are possible. Like that, for this rectangle, twofold rotation and two mirror lines are possible. Likewise, in case of equilateral triangle, threefold rotation is possible and one mirror line is possible. For this one-fold rotation, one mirror line. For this six-fold rotation and two mirror lines are possible. So if it is written 6 mm, means it has six-fold, it can obey, or it can, this object can obey six-fold rotation and also can give two mirror symmetric views. Means two mirror, if I am going to be insert with the help of the line, they also can give the symmetric view. So it has six-fold rotation symmetry and two mirror line symmetry. And some of the examples also we can consider this one. For this one, only one full rotation is possible, no mirrors line can be possible. For this one fold rotation, one mirror line. For this only two fold rotation will be possible, there will be no mirror line will be possible. For this figure 2 mm, that means two fold rotation will be possible and two mirror lines, one is this one and another is this one. Both the mirrors can be identically half-fills the object, or we can be create two mirror images about the lines. For this object we can get only threefold rotation. For this one we can get threefold rotation as well as one mirror line, and for this only fourfold rotation will be possible. For this fourfold rotation and two mirror lines will be possible. For this object geometry we can get only sixfold rotation symmetry will be possible. For this sixfold rotation will be possible and two mirror reflection symmetry also will be possible. So these are already we have been discussed. Now inversion operation, also it will be called as center of symmetry or center of inversion. So inversion operation is a point operation, that means we have to operate about a point, so that it is called as the point operation, which is applicable to 3D lattice only. It is applicable only 3D, not to be 2D. So what it is exactly? The center of symmetry element implies that, so center of symmetry or center of inversion implies that each lattice point located at R relative to inversion point has an identical lattice point. Here you have to correct, identical lattice point located at minus R relative to the same inversion point. That means about the inversion point, suppose we have to consider the 3D or a cube, and this will be called as the inversion point. Why? If we have to consider this point as the inversion, and a lattice point will be situated at here, which will be at the distance r from this point, exactly with the opposite of this point, we are going to get the another lattice point opposite with the same distance. Here minus r means the same distance we have to move with the opposite of this point, exactly opposite. So if this point is situated with the distance r, then another point has to be situated at the minus r distance, so that another lattice point will be situated at minus r. Hence it will be called as point of inversion, and the center of inversion is denoted by I. If the object or the lattice or the crystal have any center of inversion, then it can be denoted by I, which will be only applicable for the 3D lattice. Now we have to discuss, so yet we have been discussed the rotation symmetry operation, reflection symmetry operation, and combination of both, then inversion symmetry operation. And previously we have been discussed that uh, one fold, two fold, three fold, four fold, and six fold rotation symmetry will be possible for a lattice or a crystal, but five fold and more than six fold rotation is not compatible with the lattice. Why it is, that we are going to be discuss. Suppose it is a one dimensional lattice. If now I am going to rotate this lattice this way, about this point, about this B point this way, that is clockwise, so it will be moved to up to this one with a certain angle, and exactly with this angle, exactly with the same angle, I am going to rotate this lattice about C, so it will be like this. So here A point will be moved here, and C point, D point will be moved here, which will be represented by C dash and B dash respectively. Now here, if this rotation is possible in the lattice, then the translation vector from B dash to C dash should have to be integral multiple with unit translation vector. That means, suppose it is I have been rotated theta n angle, theta n angle, this one is theta n angle, and this one also theta n angle, this one also theta n angle. So B dash to C dash is the lattice, two lattice points. So this distance has to be represented by integral multiple of translation vector, because whatever we have been rotated, that is a lattice, one dimensional lattice. If I rotated any angle and it is moved to this point to here, and about this point, and if I am going to be rotate about C point and it is moved, D point moved to here, whatever may be in the angle, this point to this point, as inside this lattice, thus this distance will be represented by integral multiple of this unit translational vector. This is the unit translational vector T. So for simply for the simplification or for the analysis, we are going to be consider the figure, which is the this one. We are not going to consider this figure because these are so complex things are there. These are, so we are going to consider only this part for our simple explanations. So here we are going to be expect that however we have been rotated the lattice, which is the A point is gone to here, D point is gone to here, B dash to C dash distance should have to be integral multiple of this translation vector. That means B dash C dash should be equal to M integral multiple. M is the integral value with BC. That BC means T, magnitude of T. T is the unit translation vector, means A to B, B to C means unit translation vector, magnitude of T, which will be called as BC. That means B dash to C dash distance would have to be integral multiple of BC, because after rotation we are getting, or we are inside this lattice. Only for that we can claim that B dash to C dash has to be integral multiple of BC. Now from the triangle of B dash E, B dash E, cos theta n will be equal to B dash E by B dash. That implies B dash E equal to B dash cos theta n. That implies B dash E equal to B dash. B dash also will be the so called unit translation vector, because whenever I have been rotated this lattice, this distance is nothing but unit translational vector, that is T. Only this A is gone here, that means this distance also T. So B dash also B dash also T. Here I not written vectorial because it is considered as the magnitude T cos theta n. Similarly from the triangle B dash E, FC, here you have to correct, it is not B dash E, it is FC dash. Similarly from FC dash C we can found FC dash will be equal to T cos theta n. Now B C dash to C dash distance will be equal to B dash E plus E F plus F C dash. That will be T cos theta n, and EF will be T, and FC dash is T cos theta n. Then that implies B dash C dash will be equal to 2T cos theta n plus T, which will be equation number 2. Now B dash C dash will be equal to MBC, whatever we have been claimed, which is equation number 1. That can be written as B dash C dash equal to 2T cos theta n plus T. So that 2 cos theta n plus T can be put here, it will be equal to MT. Here M equal to 0, plus or minus 1, plus or minus 2 are the integrals or integers. That implies cos theta n will be equal to M minus 1 by 2. Let it is equation number 3. Here if M is integer, M minus 1 is also an integer. Okay. However, cos theta value will be in between minus 1 to plus 1, or mod of cos theta should have to be less than 1. Mod of cos theta should have to be less than 1. This is the maximum value of the mod cos theta. Hence only possible values of M minus 1 will be, it is tabulated here. Suppose we are going to consider M value will be equal to 0. Okay, M minus 1 will be minus 1. M minus 1 will be minus 1 means here M minus 1 by 2 will be equal to minus 1 by 2. That means cos theta n equal to minus 1 by 2. Hence theta, corresponding theta equal to 120 degree. Now n equal to 2 pi by theta will be 3. Okay, that is represents threefold rotation. Now M equal to plus 1. M equal to, we are going to consider M equal to plus 1. Plus 1 means M minus 1 equal to 0, cos theta n equal to 0, that theta will be 90, and n equal to 4, represents fourfold rotation. Minus 1, if we are going to consider M value, M minus 1 will be minus 2, cos theta n will be minus 1, and theta n will be equal to the corresponding theta will be 180 and n will be 2. And if you are going to consider plus 2, then it will be plus 1, and this value cos theta n value will be plus 1 by 2, and it will be 60, and it will be 2 pi by 60 will be equal to 6, which represents 6-fold rotation. Now if we are going to consider minus 2 of the m value, then it will be minus 3 by 2, which is not integer, so it will not applicable for this equation. For this here it could not be not applicable. Now if we are going to consider plus 3, it will be plus 2, and this will be cos theta n will be plus 1, and this theta can be 0, can be 360. 0 means there is no rotation, but here we have been rotated some angle, or we can rotate 360. 0 means the lattice has not been used by the rotational operation. Any rotational operation is not been applied on the lattice. 0 means 360 means we have been rotated full 360. These are the angles we have been rotated, but 0 is not rotational operation represents a rotational operation. So we have to consider 360, so 2 pi by 360 will be 1. Now we have to consider minus 3, it will be minus 4, cos theta n equal to minus 2. So mod of cos theta n will be equal to 2, which will be greater than or equal to 1. Here this value will be plus 3 by 2. First it will be not as considered as because it is not integer. Even if cos theta value also mod value also greater than 1, here also cos theta mod value equal greater than 1 and also not integer. So only for that higher m values now could not be considered, not applicable. So whatever we got, these are our final things that we have to be accept. The final things are the 3-fold rotation will be possible, 4-fold, 2-fold, 6-fold, 1-fold rotation will be possible. Here are we got any 5-fold rotation? Are we got any more than 6-fold rotation? No. So hence 5-fold rotation and more than 6-fold rotation are not permissible in your lattice or crystal rotation. So next we have to discuss about point groups and space groups. In case of 2D, point groups are formed due to the combinations of rotation and reflection symmetry elements. From the previous examples discussions, we found 10 point groups are formed. So in case of 2D, whatever the rotation symmetry and reflection symmetry we got, their combinations symmetry will be called as the point groups. So from the examples we found that this much point groups can be possible in case of 2D. 1 1m, 2 2m, 3 3m, 4 4mm, 6 6mm point groups are possible in case of 2D by combining the reflection and rotation symmetry. Likewise, by considering inversion in 3D lattice, addition to rotation reflection symmetry elements, we can get 32 point groups in 3D lattice. So as per your syllabus is concerned, 3D lattice point groups discussion is not inside your syllabus, so we have to be constrained to be discussed our discussion up to here. But you have to be remember that 32 point groups are present in 3D lattice, 10 point groups are present in 2D lattice. What is the point group? That is, the point group means combination of rotation symmetry element plus reflection symmetry element. With the combination of both these, whatever the result will be come out, that will be called as the point groups. Now, obeying the lattice which obeys the point groups operation are known as Bravais lattice. So Bravais is one of the physicists on the base on the name of his this lattices are named as Bravais lattices. That means which lattices or which crystals will we obey the point group operations will be called as Bravais lattices. So now space group means, space groups is that if we have considered combined point and translational operation, point group operation. Point operation means rotation, reflection, inversion, these are the point operations, and addition with translation operation, the elements that we can get the space groups. Here we have been discussed that point groups are only the combination of rotation and reflection only. These are called as the point groups. Whatever we are going to get, that is the point groups. But in space group means we have to consider rotation, reflection and inversion. Here spelling is somewhat mistake, okay, no problem. Reflection and inversion and rotation with translation operation. Then whatever the, after the combination, whatever the elements we are going to get, these are called as the space group elements or space group symmetry elements. So there are 17 2D space groups are present, space group elements, 230 uh, space group elements in 3D can be possible. Here I am going to say you that this is one element, 4mm is one of the element which is belongs to point group. This is one operation which is combined with rotation and reflection. This is one element, okay. So combination, these all are the elements of point groups. So like that we can found space group elements. So we are not going to be discuss in detail space group because point group, space group discussions is so huge and it will be one paper in your higher study in MSc that we are going to be study. So we have to be stop here our discussion. Only we have to know knew that in case of point group, if we are going to consider point group, we can get 10 point groups. These are the 10 point group elements in 2D are possible, and in 3D 32 point groups are possible which are obeying these point groups. On the base of the point groups or which lattice obeys these point group operations, these are called the Bravais lattices. And the space groups, if we are going to consider rotation, reflection, inversion with translation operation combinedly, then 17 space groups in case of 2D and 230 space groups element in 3D will be possible. Now some examples on symmetry operations in 2D, that these things also we have been done. This, for this one it will be 4mm, this for this one it will be 1m, because if we are going to consider one line here, then it will be both are the mirror Huffels, and this is for 2mm and this is 1m. If we have consider one line here, this will be for this object it will be the element will be 1m, and this is for this also 1m. Means here if I am going to draw a line, the symmetry operation will be 1m, and for this 2mm and 4mm, why I have written here, if this angle, if you are going to consider 90 degree, then it will be 4mm. If it is not 90 degree, then 2mm. For this only two-fold rotation operation can be possible. Here 1m, one rotation and one reflection will be possible if I am going to draw a line here. Then for this, if we are going to carefully, you have to watch this figure, then this is opposite to the this one. If you have to carefully watch, or you have to observe, and starting from here, you can see this object is just inverse of this one. This is not serially I have been drawn here, so only for that it will be 1. Next we have to consider the symmetry element of a cube or 3D. So this is a cube. For this cube, how many symmetry elements can be possible? If we are going to consider plane symmetry, the 9 planes can be possible, which will pass through the center of the cube, and which can separate the two Huffels, which are mirror objects or mirror views of with one another. If we are going to consider one plane here, this divides two Huffels, both are mirror images with each other, and this is another plane, this is also another plane which divides with two mirror Huffels. This is another plane which is diagonally passed through, this is diagonally, this is two diagonally, and this is one face to another face. This is from one corner line to another corner line. Okay, corners, this is from corner side to another corner side. This type can be possible 1 2 3 4, from here to here, and from here to here, from here to here, like this. Means this plane is divides this cube, this half and this half, which are both are mirror uh, images with each other, and also this plane also divides. Like that we got 9 planes. Okay, for plane symmetry in 3D or for a cube we got 9 planes. Now we have to consider rotation symmetry in 3D. If rotation symmetry in 3D we can consider, then we can see about this line, if it will rotate, then we can found as whatever we got the in case of square. So this will be the so called fourfold rotation axis. This fourfold rotation axis will be how many it will be possible for this cube. One is this one, and another will be this one, which will be enters from this side and came out from this side, which is perpendicular to this face and this face, and enters at the middle of this face. This is enters middle of this face and perpendicularly. And then another is possible from like this, both are passed through the center of the cube. These three are be possible. That means 3 fourfold rotation axis are possible. To explain this how it will be fourfold rotation axis, uh, I have a video which will be help you for your understanding. Go through this video.
Now consider this is a cube. This is a cube. And one axis has been entered at one face and ejected from the opposite face. Like this type of axis, we can consider another two. Here two face, we can consider this face and this face, like this. This one axis, another axis we can consider. Like that we can consider a axis can be entered this side and can be ejected this side. So like that we can consider this type of axis. 3 can be possible for this cube, and this axis will be called as fourfold axis of rotation. How it is fourfold? Just watch. This is the view of the square view towards the front. I am going to rotate about this axis 90 degree. See, mark, 90 degree I rotated. I got the same square view. Then I rotated another 90 degree. I got the same square view. Then 90 degree. Same square view. Then another 90 degree, means 360 degree already I rotated. By 4 times I got the same view and the initial view. So after 4 90 degree rotations, I got each and every time the symmetry. That means the view is the square this side, and after 4 times I got the initial. That means 360 by 90 is equal to 4, or we can say that this will be called as fourfold axis of rotation. Fourfold axis of rotation.
So next we have to consider another type of axis of rotation operation, that is enters at one corner and ejected with the from the opposite to this corner, like this. So about this axis also, if we are going to rotate this cube, we are going to get at a particular angle of rotation, we are going to get the symmetry. So likewise, like this type of axis, we can found another 3 axis. This is another one which is enters from this corner and ejected out from this corner, and another one enters here and ejected here, this another axis, and another one is ejected from here and enters from here. So likewise we can get 1 2 3 4 axis of rotation which can be passed through one corner and comes out from the another corner which will be opposite with one another. And if you are going to rotate this object about this axis, we can get the symmetry. And this axis is called as threefold axis of rotation. Means if we have to rotate this object about 120 degree, we are going to get the symmetry each time for this object. How it will be threefold axis of rotation, I have a video, you just watch it.
Now we have to verify the threefold axis of rotation. For this threefold axis of rotation, the axis is enters like this. It is enters at one corner of the cube and came out from the another corner which is opposite to this corner, like this. See, from this enters here and exits from this side of the corner which is opposite with each other. So for this situation we can get threefold axis of rotation. How? So this is the situation. So this side is facing to us, this side. Now I am going to start to rotate. How many times I am going to rotate? You just carefully watch. See. And each time it will be give us this will be give us the symmetry. This type of rhombus type of face we are going to get. See, first rotation I got the same view. Second rotation I got the same view. For the third rotation I got the initial view. That means for 3 rotation this cube rotates how much angle? 360 degree angle. That means for each rotation it rotates 120 degree. 360 by 3, 120 degree. So here after 3 rotation this face again comes to its original position. That means each and every rotation of 120 degree I got the similar view. Again 120 degree I got the similar view. Another 120 degree I got the original view. So for the 3 rotation, after 3 rotation I got the original view. So hence it is called as threefold axis of rotation. So that means for each 120 degree I got the same view. So in this way also we can say that 360 by 120 equal to 3. That means threefold axis of rotation. Once again I am going to show you. This is the view. One rotation, same type of view, rhombus type of view. Another rotation, same view. Another rotation, the initial view. So hence it will be called as threefold axis of rotation.
Next we have to consider about another axis which is passed through one of the side, middle of the one of the side, and enters out to the opposite of the side. Suppose this is one of the edge, not side, actually edge. We have to consider one edge of this cube. This line passed through middle of the one edge and comes out to the middle of opposite edge of this edge, like this. So about this axis, if we are going to rotate this cube, also we are going to get the symmetry. For this, about this axis we have to rotate 180 degree, then we are going to get the symmetry. Hence this axis will be called as twofold axis of rotation. Like this type of axis we have another 5, means total 6 this type of axis of rotation will be possible. See, from this edge to this edge, from this edge to this edge, one axis can be considered. From this edge to this edge, two opposite edge can be considered one another axis. From this edge to this edge, middle of this edge to this edge, another one will be considered. From this edge to this edge, another one. From this edge to this edge, another one. Likewise, 6 two-fold rotation axis can be possible for this cube. How it is two-fold rotation? I have a small video, watch it.
Now we have to verify two-fold axis of rotation. If the axis is enters like this and came out like this, see, this is the one edge of the cube and its opposite edge is this one. If the axis enters at its one edge and exists from the another edge which are opposite, then we can say that this is the axis of rotation which will be two-fold. How it will be? See, this is the view. This type of view is the initial view, suppose, means like this. So if I am going to rotate this much, means 90 degree, I not got the same view. But if I rotate another 90 degree, I got the same view, same type of view. Same type of view means it is this side slope and this side also slope. So after 180 degree I got the same view. Okay, then another 90 degree I not got the same view, another 90 degree I got the initial view. Mark it, initial view means one is black color, slope is there, and this is another blue color something, it is this side. This is slope type, two side slope is there. So if I rotate 90 degree, then I not got the same view. If I will rotate another 90 degree, I got the same view. That means after 180 degree, I got the symmetry. So 360 by 180 is equal to 2. Hence, it will be the two-fold axis of rotation. So then another 90 degree I not got the same view, and another 90 degree I got the same view. So due to after 180 degree rotation, we are getting the same view or symmetry. So hence this axis of rotation will be called as two-fold axis of rotation. So another way also we can verify. Suppose we are initial view is this one. So I rotated 90 degree, I not got the same view. Another 90 degree I got the same view. Same view means it is one rectangle. Okay. Then another 90 degree I not got the same view. Another 90 degree I got the same view. Same view means this is one rectangle. But this is not the same view. This is slope type of view. So after 180 degree I am getting the same view or symmetry. So only for that it will be called as two-fold axis of rotation. So how many it will be? How many two-fold axis of rotation we can get? In this cube we can get 6 two-fold axis of rotation. So how it is? This is one axis. This is another axis. Okay. This is another axis like this. 2. Okay. So this side to side is another axis. 3. Okay. This 4. Okay. This side to this side 5, and this side to this side is 6. So like that we can get 6 two-fold axis of rotation. Okay.
So in conclusion, we can say that, so whatever we have been discussed in whole video, with conclusion we can say that 5 and more than 6 rotation axis not permissible. 10 and 32 point groups are possible in 2D and 3D respectively. Inversion symmetry about a point is only found in 3D lattice. And 3 4-fold, 4 3-fold and 6 two-fold rotation axis are possible for a cube or in a 3D. So thank you.